Hello, everybody, and welcome to the another edition of In the Leader's Mind. Today, I have a guest who is a member of my group that I am growing. The group that I'm growing is comprised of companies that are 250 million or more in revenue. And we have at this point 6 members. We would like to have more, of course. And I think this is a great opportunity for you folks to see one of my members. So welcome, West. Good to have you in this morning interview.
Yeah, good morning, Thomas. Yeah, excited to share about my experience.
Love it. So West has joined the group that is still pretty small, and we're not having a full Vistage experience as far as meeting all day long and having as much time as we perhaps will in the future. So at this point, I just wanted to kind of have a temperature test of West and ask a few questions about why did he join and et cetera, et cetera. But before I do that, West, why don't you tell us a few things about you and the company that you run?
Yeah, so Stemilt Growers, we are a vertically integrated fruit grower, packer, and marketer here in Eastern Washington, as well as in the Central Valley of California. And so we're about 700 million in sales, and we're involved in the different aspects of farming, packaging, storage, processing, distribution, as well as interacting with all the big US and Canadian retailers. We also export to over a dozen countries around the world. On a weekly basis, we'll be, or almost daily basis, we'll be shipping 100 loads of product around the world.
Love it. Excellent. So what attracted me to work with West was his character, size of the company, sophistication with which he runs it, and success that he's spanning multiple generations. And when you're spanning multiple generations, as Stemilt is, there is lots of soul in the company, and West is demonstrating that every day. So West, thank you for being a member of the group. Question for you. Of course, there is multiple options for you to grow and develop. Why did you think about Vistage?
Yeah, so my vice president of human capital suggested this to me because she had a wonderful experience in Vistage as well. And one thing I've always enjoyed is personal development and also having a spirit of teamwork around folks, around learning. And so when Vivian introduced me to this concept of other CEOs sharing about their business, learning about new aspects of business, as well as just sharing part of life. It gets a little lonely at the top, and so far it's been a great experience.
Sure. So there are usually these 4 different or 5 different areas, and you have mentioned one that people join, and I will ask you if maybe another one has been also of interest to you. So first thing is making better decisions. In other words, oftentimes we are facing with a need to make a decision without previous experience doing it. And as a CEO, that's actually something that is not uncommon at all. Accountability, which is being at the top, means in a sense that nobody is having the authority to keep you accountable other than perhaps your board. So how do we keep ourselves accountable? One of the ways of doing it is with peers. Peers keeping you accountable to what you choose to do. Next one is growth, personal or professional growth. In other words, being at the top, you're expected to deliver. You're expected to be the guy with all the answers. Well, how do people with that specific need, how can they become a better answer givers? Isolation relief, clearly it is lonely at the top. And then change management. In other words, whom do we consult for big and small things that we have that we are changing in our companies, and how do we reach into the pool of knowledge that maybe other people have? So has any one of these other things been of interest to you as well, since or after you joined?
Yeah, so I think probably the things that I've enjoyed the most are the speakers that have come and spoke to us. And it's one of those things that, Tomas picks the agenda and the subjects. And what's interesting is so far, every time something's come back to where I'm like, this is where I can apply it practically into my company. And also the way the group works is that Tomas asked, so what are you going to do about it? And so each of the members goes around and sort of speaks to the things of like, here's what I'm going to do and apply that. And then in our one-on-one meetings, Thomas checks in on us to make sure that there's that accountability, to make sure that we're making forward progress. And just in the short time that I've been on the team, I've really enjoyed it. And also, my fellow team members here at Stemilt really are enjoying some of the ideas that have generated out of the Vistage meetings.
Love it. Thank you very much for that reinforcement. I really appreciate it. And that's kind of a small taste of how we run Vistage. And that's the idea here, is that we bring topics that are of relevance, and oftentimes discussion happens. And that's the idea. The idea is not to super control the environment. The idea is to actually let your needs, your brilliance, your experiences get integrated with the discussion, so that we get more than actually just what the speaker brings. Thank you, Wes, for that. You also, of course, had the choice to join other groups. So why this group?
Well, I think that what I like about Vistage is that they have a great program outside of the group. And so you've got this great personal contact with the other team members, but it comes with a real broad offering of training that, if something kind of piques your interest, there's a way to kind of find out more and go deeper onto subjects. Also, just being part of some of the Vistage community, you can see people are reaching out within the Vistage community for advice or asking questions. And it seems like there's good interaction on those questions for people in the subjects that are really relevant to them.
Love it. And I'll tell you that the rest of the group is really enjoying you being a member of the group. And so in this group, we have CEOs from companies from construction, from parcel delivery, from grocery, from food production, down to cyber currency and cash management and whatnot. I'm probably missing a manufacturing member as well. And so there is a variety of different objectives, and they're all operating on the level that either they have a board above them, they are going to have a board above them, or they are in the situation that they have a very well developed team of vertical functions within the organization, headed with good people that essentially they are running really on all cylinders. And that is kind of the difference between this group and the groups that we are having. That they have to operate at the large scale, that they have to have specialization in the departments. And when you're running a P&L of 750 billion, like West is, you need to make sure that the right people are in the right seats, that the processes are there, that the succession is there, that whole bunch of things that probably on a smaller scale would not be as necessary. And so my objective is to offer similar experience based on the similar size. West, this is excellent. So if you were to be able to reach out to other potential members and say, what are the things that you're hoping for to see in them? Can you describe another member personality-wise or any other attribute-wise that you would like to see in our group?
Yeah, probably the number one characteristic that I would like to see in the group, and I think that our group really has, is this great sense of curiosity. People are asking good questions of the member, and also willing to share. I mean, without a doubt, the team, that the Vistage group that we're a part of, is showing some vulnerability. And it's definitely just to kind of start the conversation and get people going. And for me, it's delivered value, and I can tell it's delivering value because of the great participation from the other folks within the group.
Love it. Thank you. And I hope that we continue that in that direction. It was important for me, and that is one of the things that I hold very dear to myself, is that I like to create teams where people get along, where they become lifelong members, where they are open and brave, and the group encourages that to be vulnerable, as you mentioned, and we have this word that is Vistage's kind of crafted word, and that is we do carefrontation. In other words, we care for each other, and we will confront each other on the things where we need to confront each other in order to grow, in order to have a better, happier life, etc., etc. Wes, it has been delighted to have you both in the group and in this interview. Thank you so much. Any final words? Anything that you can think of that would be relevant to people who are thinking of joining?
Yeah, without a doubt, if you find this little video interview with us a little bit interesting, get curious, reach out to Tomas, find out more about it, and see where it goes. Anyway, we're looking forward to having more people join, and I'm proud to be a part of the Vistage group.
Awesome. Thank you, West. Looking forward to working with you in the future and perhaps with a larger group.
All right, so long.
Bye.